Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today experience will be running our functions stated in the Yaml file. So here we go, Yaml, where we're going to state our functions, function 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these 4 functions will be controlled by a switch, which is yes. Is it true? So if it's yes, then we will run function 1, same for function 2, same for function 3 and 4. So yeah, this is the controller. So this is ideal in case you have a lot of functions and you want to control which functions to run. And then we're going to create a new script where we're going to state our functions. So these will be the functions that we will run. So function number 1. There you go. And then we will replicate 4 functions. 2, 4. Okay, these functions, let's give it like a parameter, like a data frame parameter to each function. So we're going to pass this parameter. There you go. And then what we're going to do, we're going to return this this as an output, or we can print as well. Anything, data frame. There you go. There you go. There you go. We're gonna save this file as a let's call it functions. There you go. Okay, we got 4 functions to run. We want to run these functions, and these functions now are stated in the YAML file. That's fine. So we're going to create another script where it's going to be our main function here. So let's just save it as main. There you go. Just save it. So this will be our main function that we will basically go through every single item on the YAML, and it will check if the switch is yes, then run this function, and so on for each one. So we're gonna go to the YAML now, and we're gonna need some libraries. Obviously, we're gonna need the YAML library because we're playing with YAML. Then we're gonna need some data frame. We can get the data table. Data frame, we can get some data frame on that, and then library, we can get what's called data tree. I think there you go, data tree. So we got 3 libraries we're going to use. Data tree will help us to organize our data in a better structure, and so we can loop it. Then we can get we're gonna call it functions runner, something like that. So we're gonna say functions. Then we can, so this is the main function that will basically run the functions. So we're gonna first of all, we're gonna get the data frame. Let's get data.table. We need empty cars. Come up. There you go. Empty cars. There you go. So this is our data frame. So this is the data frame that we're gonna send as a parameter. There's a data in there. Then we're gonna read the YAML. This is the YAML file. Then we're gonna say YAML. I'm gonna load file, and we're gonna here read the YAML. So the YAML is here, as you can see here, ins x data, and this is the YAML file. So we're gonna go in there. We're gonna find this path. Oh, not that one. Go to folder ins x data, and then we're gonna get it. There you go. So we go the YAML. We can read that. There you go. So we go to YAML now. So what we do next now is basically use the tree variable in there. So we're gonna load this YAML into like a better structured data. So we say as now what we're gonna get here is basically this YAML data. We're gonna get in there, and now we're gonna read what is called functions list. So if you can see here, function list. So we're gonna read the whole lot into this main tree. So there you go. So we got that. We can see. There you go. F1. Well, we can access now everything, each element, and then that's it. We go that, and then we're gonna loop. So what we're gonna do is loop, like F1, F2, F3. There you go. So we're gonna loop it F1, F2, F3. When we loop into F1, then we can access to switch and see if it's yes. So that's what we're gonna do. So we say 3, 32. There you go. That is the loop functionality. So we the function that we're gonna send is basically what happened is we're gonna create a new function that it will run basically. So let's call this function execute function. You can call it execute function, and then there's another parameter we don't inside. The filter is a filter function that it be a function. There you go, that function, and this function will pass node, and then what we're gonna do is gonna just loop until it's null. Until it's null, and what is gonna be null? It's gonna be node function name. What's called, so we can double check function name. So we're gonna loop until there's no more functions around. There you go, function name. That is it. So now we need to create is, because this is a loop, we need to create a function. This will be our function. So we're gonna do in there. Put a function. You can create another function inside another function, which is fine in R. And yeah, so that's the parameter we will pass. Then we go in if, and we say if node dollar switch, which is here. That's what we're checking now. If the switch is equal yes, there you go, is equal true, then we do what we do. We run. If the switch is true, going back. If it's true, if it's yes, then we run function number 1. So we go back here and we say do.call, because do.call is a nice function to run functions. The first parameter that it receives is the function name. So we say node dollar, where is it? That'll be the function name, and the function name is here. By the way, we're referring to this function name. There you go, this one. So we say if that is, if yeah, we run that, and then second we want to run the function, and then we say the arguments that we're gonna pass is basically, now we're passing the data frame that we just creating there. So we're gonna pass that as a list. Yeah, I'm gonna copy. Right, so that's what we're doing. Just looping through every single element on the YAML where the switch is true. Okay, and then we can save this. I think we are ready. So then we will load our functions. Functions are loaded. Now we're going to the main. Libraries and then function run, that's fine. And then we just call our main function that will run all our functions. Yeah, that's fine. So we can load our function as well if we didn't, and run it. There you go. So we go 4 outputs for every single function. Function 1, 2, 3, and 4. There you go. I'm gonna say from here. There you go. Function 1, this is the data frame. Function 2, this is the data frame in there. Function 3 and function 4. So this is the way to how run functions that are stated in the YAML file. Then you can do a lot of things. Even you can basically do x equal to 1, like a default, another variable in there, and still will run as long we put it. I guess as long we keep as a first parameter the data frame in there, it will still run, so that's fine. So we can check. You can do a lot of things with X then inside this function, and yeah, so you can play with X. And then you can do in there. Anyway, we're gonna save this. We're gonna load this. There you go, loading, and then we're gonna load everything again, and you will see just running. It's no problem at all. There you go. Well, thanks for watching, and subscribe. Thank you.